Hello everybody and welcome to this presentation. It's the last presentation of the day, so well done for getting through all of them. My name is Gary Parsons and I'm the Pathway Lead for Creative Communications, and in Creative Communications we have English language, English literature, history, politics, media studies and film studies. So a little bit about me to start off. So as mentioned, I'm the Creative Communications Pathway Lead. I've got a BA Hons in History and Politics. I've done a PGCE specifically in post-compulsory education and training. And I've also have a Research Masters from Bristol University there as well. And one of my other roles in the college is I am also the head of the GCSE Plus programme. So if anyone has any questions about GCSE Plus, that you may have been thinking about from Mark's presentation at the beginning of the day, feel free to post those as well, and I'll see if I can help answer those for you. So without further ado, let's begin and go through creative communications with you. So as with the other presentations, our results in creative communications are very good. So English literature has a 98% pass rate with 64% of students achieving A to C. English language also has a 98% pass rate with 87% of students achieving A star to C. History has a 100% pass rate with 60% of students achieving A to B. Film studies also has a 100% pass rate with 100% of those obtaining A star to C. Politics has a 96% pass rate with 80% of students achieving between an A star and a C. And media studies also has a 100% pass rate with 85% of those students achieving A star to C. So we have some very strong results there within the creative communications pathway. And I've got a nice quote here from a student of mine from last year, just to reiterate the point here that Julie had quite a difficult period in her life, but we stepped in and helped support her very closely. So we do go really beyond anything which is required to help support students. And that's one of the really fantastic things about working at this college, is you do get to build some really good relationships with students and to support them in many different ways, particularly when they have difficult times in their lives. So a little bit about us then. So politics is 100% exam based. So there's no coursework in politics, and at the end of the second year there are 3 exams to do. With history, it's 80% exam based with a 20% NEA non-examined assessment, or otherwise known as coursework. For history, that's a 4,000 word piece of work which the students do. It's a similar case in both English language and English literature, where there are also a 20% NEA to complete. And then both film and media studies are 70% exam based with 30% coursework there. So what type of careers can you do studying one of the subjects within my pathway? Well, there are multiple. Journalism, both with the English subjects and history and politics, to be fair as well. All of these subjects can help get you to become a journalist. Media studies as well helps build that as well, as does the investigatory aspect of film studies. Roles in human resources, the ability to write a research documents and reports is one of the important aspects of one of the skills which you develop in doing this subject. So human resources is again another good career pathway from this subject, as is social work. These are the arts, so it's about learning how to embrace and emphasize with what people have done, and to understand different viewpoints makes these subjects ideal for careers within social work. A policy officer, again, from the report creation aspect and the ability to write at length with evidence, for all of these subjects, becoming a policy officer is a very good career. Of course, teaching is very good as well, and you pick up the skills to not only express your views, but express those views to other people in your class. So teaching is a very good career pathway from the creative communications subjects. Academic research, of course, going on to university, and I myself am an academic researcher who did my research masters through my subjects of history and politics there, so a very useful career pathway. Publishing as well, with both the media and film and understanding of that, and being able to write about those with the English subjects are very good career pathways there as well. And of course, advertising, particularly the film studies and media studies, lends itself very well as a future career path. So there's lots of different career paths from the subjects within the creative communications pathway, and those are just some examples, but there are literally hundreds of different career pathways you could choose from with these subjects. So what enrichment opportunities are there? So there are field trips to the House of Parliament and theatre trips. We do guest lectures with authors, historians and husting events. Last year, in the run-up to the general election, we had all of the potential political candidates for the Filton constituency come in, and I hosted a hustings event which went down very well. We have in the past, I've taken students to meet David Cameron when he was publishing his autobiography. We've also taken students to the House of Parliament, and we take them on theatre trips as well for the English literature component. And we do have several different clubs and societies. So we've traditionally had a debating society. We've also in the past had a student magazine, and we've also had a film club. So there's lots of different enrichment opportunities for these subjects. So who is on my creative communications pathway team? So we have English languages taught by Rich Carter, and Rich has been with us for a few years, but he was also with us for a period of time previously to that and has rejoined the college. We also have Emma Puddick, who joined us this year to replace a retiring member of staff, and she teaches the media studies subject. We also have Laurie Tallock, our very own Hollywood star and author. His works are available to purchase on Amazon, and he teaches English literature and film studies. We have Sam Hall, who joined us this year to take over the teaching of politics from myself as I moved into a new position within the colleges I've taken over the GCSE Plus programme, and I still teach the history myself, and I've been with the college for about 5 years now and really enjoy it. And so that is my creative communications pathway team. They have a variety of different backgrounds, good experience in teaching the subjects there, and they are a really useful team who are very open to supporting students and being there for them. So that is a basic introduction to creative communications. The subjects within my pathway, by looking on the website, you can have a look at a lot more depth at those subjects to see exactly what the content is within each of those, and there is a presentation by all of my members of staff there. So with that, I'm glad that you've enjoyed the day today. I'm sure Andres will just wrap this up in a second, but thank you very much for joining us, and I hope that you have enjoyed this short presentation on creative communications as a pathway. I will now look to see if there are any questions which I can help with.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gary. It's been an absolute pleasure running these presentations today. Obviously, we would have rathered be able to welcome you all to our A-level event, which would have happened on, I think, Wednesday last week, and also today into the college. Obviously, unfortunately, given the conditions, we weren't able to do that. Obviously, people safety take priority, but we very much look forward to welcome you into the college at some point. We have got two new questions, Gary. The first one being, what is GCSE Plus?
Yep, so GCSE Plus is a program that runs alongside our A-level program, and it's taught by many of the same teachers. And what it is it's primarily designed for students who have previously been either homeschooled or they have been schooled previously and have just missed out on the grades which they wanted to get to study, for example, A-levels. And it is an intensive year-long revision program in a variety of subjects to get the students within 1 year to pass any GCSEs which they might not have obtained. The beauty of having the GCSE Plus running alongside the A-levels is that if, for example, what we've had this year, and in several cases where a student thought they were getting the correct grades to go on to A-levels and they've just missed out on one or two grades, normally being grades in maths and English, but there are a variety of other subjects. They can retake those alongside an A-level, or if they need to retake up to 5 GCSEs, they can do that for a year before moving on to the A-level program. So that is what the GCSE Plus program is, and I hope that's a sufficient explanation of that program. I'm more than happy if you wanted to email me separately to give you even more detail about the GCSE Plus program. And I can see there's another question there about is essay writing involved in politics? Yes, it is an essay-based subject, so you will do 3 essay-based exams there. So within the exams for politics, you have to answer several essay questions. One of those is looking at a source which you will have to interpret and use that as a springboard to put into to use your political knowledge which you have gained. So it is a 100% essay-based subject, and you will be doing essays very regularly because you have to learn the technique and develop your essay technique. So it's very good for essay-based subjects at university as well. Are there any other questions there, Andres, so far?
Those are the ones so far, Gary. Just to reiterate, if you did want to find out more information about all of our subjects, if you visit www.sgs.ac.uk/study/A-levels, I've just posted the link in the Q&A. There are short presentations from each individual subject lead that go into detail about the content that is studied, also the assessment and any other information that is worth knowing. We now have a couple new questions. The first one being, what grade do you suggest to obtain an English Lit GCSE to comfortably do this as an A-level? And I believe they're referring, I hope, to the last question in regards to politics. I mean, typically you need 5 GCSEs at grade 4 to 9. If you are looking to study subjects which are essay-based, you really want to have a good foundation knowledge and experience in writing English-based subjects. So English literature as well as English language, you want to be having a grade 5. Grade 4 is acceptable for most subjects. However, you know, grade 5 is ideally where you want to be in order to be able to keep up, because as is a bit of a cliche, and people do say quite often the step up from GCSEs to A-levels is larger than that of A-levels to university. So having good knowledge and ability to write coherently would be probably represented by a grade 5 in English language and English literature. Would you agree, Gary?
Yes, I would agree with that. With the essay-based subjects, it's really important to have a good writing ability, and that's what that reflects, which is GCSE grade.
We also have another question that asks, how many A-levels would you recommend taking? So we always recommend you take 3 A-levels, and the reason being is that most people go on to universities. Universities usually ask for 3 A-levels and no more. We do offer further maths as a 4th subject alongside A-level maths and 2 other subjects. However, your grades need to be really sevens through to nines, and even then there may be some entry assessments. In terms of other subjects, for example, like the creative communication subjects, we don't really ever allow people to study more than 3, because you should really focus on the 3 that you're studying and make sure that you can get the best grade. You will not be able to get into a university that asks for BBC if you have 4 Cs, but you will if you have the entry criteria with those 3 A levels. So for that reason, we ask that you study 3 A levels. Okay, so as I say, we've reached the end of our presentations. This is the final presentation. Hopefully this virtual open day has been informative and you've been able to take quite a bit of information of your interest in subjects away from this. As I say, the information on our website is constantly there, so please do refer to it should you ever want to find out more. Also, please do email the subject teachers whose information is on the website for information such as like exam boards, detail information about maybe non-examined assessments and modules that would be studied. I have posted the link above where you can find this information. I will also post my email address and that of Gary's, so you can feel free to email either of us should you have any further questions, and then if you know we can't answer them, we can definitely point you in the right direction. It's also worth mentioning, if you have any queries about financial support, we do have our money management service, and you can find some of the information about from them online on our website. There I will post their section of the website just in the comments box now. And yeah, thank you very much for attending. We hope you have a fantastic Saturday, and all the best.
Take care.